Many years ago, I had this roommate who, whenever I was out and about working or at school, he would be researching all of these conspiracies and conspiracy thoughts and ideas and theories about the world and how it's put together. And every day I'd get home, he'd come to me. He'd be like, "Man, you gotta hear this thing I just learned about today." He would go so deep down these rabbit holes and have all this supporting evidence to show these things like New World Order, banking cartels, reptilians that have infiltrated the reptilian humanoids that have infiltrated the human race that are obsessed with bringing a one world government, and the Illuminati, the Rothschilds, the Freemasons. He would go so far into these things, and I got to say, I mean, I found a lot of that very interesting, and I did my own research on some of that stuff, and some of those things you can find supporting evidence for a lot of what you hear about. If you go down almost any rabbit hole on anything, on any idea, you can find some supporting evidence to back it up, even on opposite sides of theory or opinion, which I find rather interesting. But there's people that believe that the world is flat, as an example, and they, in their mind, have evidence for something that supports that. So, unfortunately, what ended up happening with my friend is he got so obsessed with this sort of thing that he arguably went a little bit crazy. His family put him in a mental institution. Uh, the that's not funny, but that's what happened. So anyway, bottom line, the whole reason I'm even bringing any of this up is because yes, perhaps some of this does have some factual basis. But I have found that the more you go into it, the deeper you go down that hole, like the more concern and fear and that you might start to experience in the world. And what is that going to do for you? What is it going to do for you to go so far into those theories? I got to say that I do think it's important to be aware and to stay aware of what's going on in the physical world. There are people in the physical world who want to control other people, who want to manipulate other people, who want to manipulate hearts and minds and take souls. There are people that feel like they gain power from doing such things. They might be in the media or music or some other industries that you're aware of. But ultimately, so being aware of that is very important. Guard your mind, be the gatekeeper of what you allow in your mind and your heart and your soul. It's your goal to be vigilant. I mean, it's your responsibility to be vigilant for what you allow inside. But ultimately, to live in fear is only going to harm you and those around you. It's only going to cause greater frustration and bring more fear-based experiences to you. You'll start to see evidence of all these things all around you. So ultimately, let's say that all that stuff is accurate. What are you going to do about it? What's in your locus of control? Are you going to go after this race of extraterrestrials who have infiltrated the human race and somehow do something about it? Most likely not. Are you going to go pursue some of these, elites who drink the bloods of children? Are you gonna go do something about that? Nah, maybe, but doubtful, right? What can you do? Well, what is in your locus of control? What do you have influence over? And what that is what goes on internally, the love you cultivate, the joy you cultivate, the kindness that you extend to the people in your circle and around you in your world, the smile and the joy that you share with somebody, the generosity that you extend to people. These are things that you have control over. And with that cultivation of love, of kindness, of joy, the more you begin to cultivate and focus on that, the more you're going to create that. So even if those conspiracies are true and people are out to get the world and make a one world government, your locus of control is filled with love and with joy, and you see the unity behind life. So that's what I encourage you to do. Yes, be aware of those things. Yes, stay vigilant of what goes in your mind. But ultimately, it comes down to you to bring that love into the world and share that kindness with everyone around you.